I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Already mic testing. Okay, perfect. Let me go to my main camera. Already live, and as you guys can tell by title and thumbnail, today I'm going to be working with, let's say, the project 1 of my phase 1 for my AI engineering for 365 days series, where my goal by the end of this series will be to make an fully autonomous agentic AI. That said, yesterday was the part 1 of where I was building a fully automated web scraper. However, I did not really complete it last stream, so this stream I will be trying to complete that stuff. Okay, that's it. Let me just go to my main camera. I mean, actually, game page screen. Before that, I wanted to make sure that you guys can hear me, and I also want to be completely visible in the camera. So, it's either I get my chair really high, but then my hands are going to be pretty low for my keyboard, or I get to my keyboard level here. You know what? I think I'll go with the... There we go. The first option sounds much better. Okay, that's it. Let me go to my just chatting first. Okay, and then let's go to my gameplay screen. There we go. And yeah, I figured out a way to stream on Twitch and Kick simultaneously while also streaming on YouTube horizontally and vertically. 4 streams while my video will be encoded, or my stream is going to be encoded 3 times. I don't think that that's a smart idea, but wait, hold on. Is it actually not? Is my stream at what quality is my stream currently at? Hold on, let me check that real quick. Yeah, because these are the things that I can't really check off stream. I need to check these things like on stream. Okay, let me just grab that chair. Okay, honestly speaking, does this look clear? Does this look clear to you guys? Because it goes up till 1440p. If you guys are in the horizontal stream, you guys wouldn't really be able to see this stuff. I did remove my stream delay though, so yeah, that should account for something. Okay, wait, let me just go with something like test 1. There we go. Okay, this should simultaneously upload that on, send that to my Twitch and Kick at the same time while I go to my horizontal here. Okay, did the test 1 really come? Did you guys see the test 1? Hey, I am using multi-chat, right? Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to be wasting much time here. I'm just going to go ahead and exit that. Okay, test 1 did work with a slight bit of delay, not merely as much. Okay, that's fine. So, this is Claude's brand new chat. Let me say something like, let's say I'm live exclamation. And yeah, yesterday I did stop halfway, let's say, being done with the topic, but today I will be completing that. I forgot where I stop, to be honest. Okay, good. Let's hear your answer. No shortcuts, no guessing. Wait. Can I get a quick refresher? Question mark. Because I did not work. Let's say something like I did not work with this anytime after yesterday's let's say stream. Okay, and then let's send it. And yeah, I will be touch typing. Okay, fair. Oh, wait, my bad. Hold on. There we go. I gotta make sure that these things are on. This literally gives me some kind of content to work on with. Like the hell? Yeah, it says 1 day focus streak. That sounds kind of cool, to be honest. Okay, fair. A day's gap is nothing. No shame in a refresher, but I'm not just handing you the answer. Let's rebuild it from what you already know. Quick refresher on the pieces in play. Float function is a built-in function that takes something, usually a string or an integer, and tries to convert it to a floating point number. Okay, so this is basically type hinting. The prices you scraped are currently Python strings. That looks like 51.77 pounds. They look like numbers to your eyes, but to Python, they're just a sequence of characters. Now, think about it from a float's side, not yours. It doesn't see a price, it sees a string and tries to parse it character by character into a number. Question for you: when the float function parses a string, what characters is actually built to understand as this is a part of a number? Think digits, and what else? What's the one non-digit symbol a number is allowed to have? Let's see. What is the dot? The dot notation. There we go, and then let's send it. Exactly right, the dot, the decimal point, that's the only non-digit character float knows how to handle. Plus an optional plus minus sign out front for negative numbers, but that's it. So float's whole vocabulary is digits 0 through 9. One optional 0, one optional leading plus minus, that's the entire list of characters it's willing to accept. Now look back at your string, 51.77. Question: given the vocabulary, does the pound sign fit anywhere in it? And based on that, what do you think actually happens when you run float, yada yada? I am pretty sure that we get an attribute error because we cannot convert a pound sign, convert, we cannot convert a pound sign into an integer, actually into a float. Oh god, guys, it's so hard to touch type when my keyboard is so down. You know what? Screw it. I'm going lower as well. Warning, the stream's current bitrate is 6,000. Lower than recommended bitrate. Interesting. Hold up. Because I multi-stream, is that the reason why my bitrate is kind of awful right now? Wait, give me a sec. Let me check that up real quick. Okay, because yeah, apparently I thought that I'd get away with encoding my stream 3 times. Maybe not. No, it is pretty clear. Not as clear, but it's not blurry. So that's fine probably, right? Damn, it still says it's good. Vertical stream, on the other hand, it's really nice. Okay. I'm pretty sure that we get an attribute error because we cannot convert a pound sign into a float because it is an integer. There we go. It is so much easier to type when I'm a bit lower. Good instinct on the direction. You're right that it fails, but let's tighten up which error because the reasoning behind it. Okay, attribute error happens when you try dot something on an object that doesn't have an attribute like dot text on something that is in this thing, yada yada. Okay, you're not calling an attribute at all. You're handling float, a string, and float is trying to parse that string into a number and failing to it. Question: what function can't do the conversion you asked for, like turning a string into a number because the string has the wrong content? from that conversion. What category of error do you think Python throws it in? I am not good with remembering error names because okay, let's go with something like error names. I just guessed attribute error. Okay, guys, ignore those typos. Okay, all good. This isn't about memorizing. We get a value error. Oh, there we go. That makes sense. And the why is the action and the why is the actual lesson here, not the name itself. Attribute error equals to this object does not have the property slash method you're trying to access. Wrong thing. Value error equals to this is the right type of thing, but the value inside it is wrong for what you're asking. Right thing, wrong content. 51.77 pounds is a string, the right type, float function accepts, but the content of that string has a character pound that does not fit the float's vocabulary. Right type, a bad value, is a value error. Let's lock it in for real with a prediction, since now you have the reasoning to back it up. Okay, if you ran float into the terminal, what do you think the error message would roughly say? Don't worry about getting it word to word. It would give us a value error. There we go. Okay, good, that part's locked in, but let's push a level further because knowing the error name. Okay, hold on. Alright, I feel like we're wasting tokens. Why do I need to predict the value errors is the message question mark. We should let's say, I don't know, we should probably move on to building our mini project. There we go. Okay, and then let's send it. Okay, I'm not wrong to flag it, and I said myself, we're staying token conscious. So let's honor that. The last question was me pushing one level deeper than actually necessary. For the project, the core thing you need. String with pound fails float conversion throws value error, right type slash wrong value you've got. The exact wording of the message is a nice to have, not a need to have. Good call cutting it. So, moving forward, you know float, 51.77 pound breaks. The fix is stripping the pound off before converting. Here's where we're headed, one step at a time. First real question, Python string have built-in methods for removing unwanted characters or slicing out the last part you want. Have you ever used .replace or a slicing string on a string before? Either one, even briefly, be honest. I have. Okay, this is actually one of the rare things that I really have done. Okay, good, that saves us a step. Then let's go straight to applying it. Not reteaching it from scratch, here's the task. Take one price string, 51.77, and write the line of code that removes the pound sign off and gives you back a clean string, 51.77. Use whichever method you're comfortable with, .replace or slicing. I could use either, to be honest, doesn't matter. Write it, run it on your own machine. Alright, just one question, where do I write it? Yo, howdy, Calsman here, appreciate you joining the stream. Okay, let me just go ahead and remove this real quick. There we go. Okay, so now, once I'm done with all my prices here, I may actually go with it here. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like all underscore prices. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with the .replace method. I wanna go ahead and replace all the pound symbols. And yeah. Otter's so good, I love it. Ooh, that actually sounds kind of cool. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna grab Claude here. I wanna fix a small little thing. I mean, not fix, I wanna copy the pound sign because I don't really know how do you get access to that. And I'm gonna go ahead and paste it here after adding a pair of quotes. There we go. I want to replace that with an empty space. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to hit Control S to save the code. I'm going to open my terminal here, and then we're going to change our directory. So I'm going to go with CD, Python files. There we go. Huh. Change directory. Oh, it's Python underscore files. My bad. Okay, so we're going to go with change directory, and then I'm going to go with something like Python underscore files. There we go. Once I'm done changing my directory, I'm going to go ahead and run the file. So we're going to go with something like Python and then web underscore scraper. There we go, scraper .py. If I were to go ahead and run this, let's see. Attribute error. Result object has no attribute replace. Wait a damn minute, hold on. Did I mess my method name? REPLACE. REPLACE. All prices dot REPLACE. Interesting. Did you call find underscore all when you meant to call find? Oh. Okay, so this is I gotta use a for loop to iterate, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like for every price in all underscore prices. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do something. I'm gonna go with something like price. Let's go ahead and remove that. Price dot replace. I want to replace my price with that. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and store this maybe in a variable, right? Right. Okay, I'm gonna actually get all this and indent it in here. This is gonna be the length of all prices. This is gonna be all prices, response dot encoding. And then first underscore price is soup dot find price. Oh wait, so we do find a specific price. This is gonna be our first price. Soup dot price and then price color. Okay, I want to test a small little hypothesis out. Hold on. I'm gonna copy this stuff and then I'm gonna go ahead and paste it here. Well, by hypothesis, I meant a theory. Okay, none-type object is not callable. Wait, let me check something. So, what parameters? Okay, what parameters does the replace? Oh god, guys, I hate my screenshot shortcut. There we go. What parameters does the replace method require? So it requires apple, banana, 1. Huh. Optional integer specifying max number of replacements if omitted. All example. Okay, so replace that and that. Apple, banana, 1. Holds. Oh, so the last one is optional. So apple to banana. I did it correct, to be honest. Then I replaced my pound sign with an empty space, but apparently I do run into a small little error. Maybe because I'm gonna go with Shift Tab. No. Okay, let's go with Control Z. I want to try to print my price. There we go, and then let's just go ahead and delete this for now. Hit Control S to save the code. Delete that. Hit Control S to save the code. And I'm gonna try pasting this again. Okay, we do run into an error. It says the web scraper. Type error. None-type object is not callable. Unless you know shit about audio modifying environment format plugins, because there's so many good LV1 plugins. Don't get order, but I love it. I see that. Actually, does sound kind of cool. Okay, that said, why does it say that my stream is encoding at 5000 kbps? Yeah, I think not multi-streaming is the way here, to be honest. I mean, should I decrease my bitrate even more? Okay, when I watch the stream does look a bit cooler. Not cooler, the stream does look a bit clearer. Okay, that's kind of strange. I think I'll just ignore that for the time being. All right, so I can't do that. Then what else could I do? First price. Okay, did I hit Control S? Let's hit Control S, and then I'm gonna paste this again. Okay, this does give me the pound sign, so I'm gonna go with something like find, and then I'm gonna go with something dot replace. I wanna go ahead and replace, let's say, the pound sign. I'm gonna grab Claude out here just to copy my pound sign, because I don't really know how do you get access to that with an empty space. And then I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, and then we're gonna go ahead and copy my py webscraper.py to run my command, and then let's run it. Okay, how do I get a error? Did I mess something up here? First price. So soup dot find. Soup is my beautiful response. Okay, dot find. REPLACE. I may copy that and then paste it here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and copy this part again. I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, paste it here. Alright, it's not even me at this point. It's not even me. I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C, copy that. Now let's grab Claude here. 5,000 is fine quality. Actually, no, 5,000 8,000 is the minimum for, let's say, most platforms such as Kick, Twitch, and let's say even the vertical stream, but YouTube's horizontal stream can go up to like, let's say 40,000 kbps. That is only if you do stream at 4K. Since I don't stream at 4K, I try to keep mine at around like 15,000 kbps, but anything lower gets a bit bad. Don't decrease past 5,000. Your freaking quality, so 4,000 or 3,000 is bad for HD. That actually does make sense. But I think 5,000 is kind of bad too. If I stop multi-streaming, then that is when, whatchamacallit, my kbps does get really high. I mean, should I stop streaming on Twitch and Kick here? Huh. Because, like, I am currently streaming on Twitch here and also on Kick. But then, if I do stop streaming there, I think that it could help up with my quality, right? I'd probably think about it. 8,000 is best for streaming, but 5,000 is okay. I honestly feel like I want to stream at like 15k because I used to do that before I started multi-streaming. 5,000 is sort of bad too. That does make sense. Right now, I am at 5,000. Okay, but let me go ahead and paste this real quick and say I messed up. It's probably the syntax that I need a quick little refresher on. Okay, good that you caught it yourself before I had to point it out. Look at this line closely. Question. Print is a function. What does print actually return once it's done printing something onto the screen? Think back to the attributes versus return. I actually forgot the syntax for the, let's say, replace function. I really did not. Maybe I did, but I wanted to just get a quick little refresher. Re-recording, not when streaming. Is only when you re-record. I mean, yeah, recording does make sense, but I do use my stream as, let's say, video segments. So later on, I download my stream, so the stream really needs to be kind of clear and all that stuff. Because I did start a new Code With Me series too, because I realized I haven't uploaded a video in the past month. I took the Chinese Your Phone Is Ling Ling riff and slowed it down and added reverb and shit, and then I used it as the lead in my song. That actually does sound kind of cool. Okay, no worries, that's a separate thing from what I just asked, and it's a fair gap since you've used .replace before, but not recently. Let's clear both one at a time, starting with the one that actually matters more here. .replace syntax refresher, some string, .replace old new. I did the same thing. Okay, now the syntax isn't actually a bug. Your bug is where you call the replace. You called it on the print, not the string itself. Question, what does print actually give you back? It displays something on the screen. Is there a usable value return that you can chain dot replace onto, or does the print hand it back something else or nothing at all? The print displays a console output. Okay, where else can I add it? Let's see. So my actual string here is my all prices. So assuming I can copy this from there. I can't really add it there because this is soup, right? I'm gonna go with all prices dot replace. I want to do that, and then I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy my py webscraper.py so I can actually run my program. I still get that error, syntax error. Wait. Oh. Oh. My bad. I still run into an error. Syntax error invalid. Okay, and then we run it again. We get attribute error. Result object has no attribute key. You're probably treating a list of elements like a single element. Did you call find underscore all? Meant you call find? I wanted to find all, but then I want to replace it. Should I use like a freaking for loop? No? Then I'm assuming I copy this rather than going with all prices. I want to go with my first underscore price dot be replaced. Let's hit Control S to save the code. I'm gonna copy my py webscraper.py again to run my program. And that was close. None type object is not callable. You can just double encode your stream by pressing record and stream at the same time. It'll use the recording option for the recording. You have the stream option for the stream. Honestly, I actually haven't heard. I didn't think of that, to be honest. That's actually kind of smart. Make sure to use variable rate control, no constant when streaming and slash or recording, because constant uses more bandwidth and disk space while making the video look bad, but variable makes it good quality and small. Is that like OBS settings? Because I think I'm using the perfect OBS settings. I mean, I could decrease my bitrate a bit lower to like see if it fixes my quality. Matter of fact, let me try it. Hold up. I mean, the bit that's basically the Wi-Fi. I'm having a pretty good Wi-Fi right now, but then still. Let's go to cancel. Oh wow, I can't really change it while the stream is going. Maybe next stream you guys could probably adjust with the stream for now. Okay, I tried this. Let me go ahead and copy that. I tried this. However, I still ran into an error. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and paste it. And then let's send it. Good quality and small OBS settings. Yes. Good quality and small. I actually did not set mine to good quality and small. Rather, I set mine to high quality and slow and good quality. Like, this is my... Hold up, let me show you guys real quick. There you go, let's just go ahead and take a quick little screenshot, and then okay. There we go. Hold up, let me just go there real quick, and then let me do that. Okay, there we go. So that is basically my OBS bitrate settings. I did set my video encoder to NVIDIA's H.264, but I'm so shocked there wasn't the H.265 here. And then my rate control is constant bitrate. Bitrate is 15,000. And my preset is slow with good quality. I think those are the perfect settings there. Although I think I realized something. Hold on. 15K. Oh. Streaming video bitrate. Why do I feel that... Hold up. Okay, apparently I have 1500 bitrate here as well. And 1500 here as well. Use main OBS setting. That is for advanced. This is in the OBS stream. Have selected, does not. Alright, I'm confused. What is the difference between... Oh, that's video bitrate. Hmm. What is the difference between video bitrate and advanced? Oh, by the way, our short break started, so I can just do this real quick. Fine, this can be 6,000. Doesn't matter. Did that fix something? You're using constant rate control. That is bad. Huh. And use variable bitrate control and max bitrate to 50,000 kbps and the minimum about 12 to 8,000. Wait, I thought that I looked it up. Constant bitrate was the one that people usually recommended. Hmm. Actually, let me just go ahead and grab Gemini out here real quick. Hold on. Uh, there we go. Cause does the constant bitrate not keep these streams smooth? Okay, use variable bitrate control and max bitrate to 50,000 kbps and the minimum about 12 to 8,000. Okay, let me just copy this real quick. Okay, let me see something. Like, say, someone said, someone told me this from my stream. There we go. Okay, let's go with something like, however, here are my current settings. Dot dot dot. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and take a quick little picture of my current settings, because I could have sworn that I watched like so many YouTube videos where they were like, this is like the perfect settings. There we go. I'm gonna go with something like print screen. Let's take a quick little picture, and then I'm gonna go ahead and paste it. And then, yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right? I'm gonna take another picture here as well. 'Cause why not? Okay, and then let's send it. Hmm. Okay, here's my take. Ignore that viewer's advice, yada yada. While variable bitrate VBR's high ceiling sounds good on paper, switching to a VBR at 50,000 kbps is actually a recipe for stream buffering, drop frames, and network instability. Here's why our current setup is on the right track, and yada yada. Why is VBR bad for live streaming? Bitrate spikes because lag. VBR allocates data dynamically during high motion gameplay or scene transitions. At max bitrate of 50,000 kbps means your stream will suddenly attempt to push 50 mbps over your network if your upload speed fluctuates or platforms in just servers can handle sudden spikes, okay? Platforms prefer CBR in just servers, Twitch, Kick, YouTube. They rely on constant bitrate CBR to maintain a steady, predictable data pipeline. CBR, okay, I see. Your current is at 15,000, especially for YouTube, but there are two adjustments. Set B frame to 2, currently 0. Why? B frame, bidirectional frame allows the encoder to compress consecutive frames much more efficiently without sacrificing image quality, leaving 0. Waste visual quality, set it to 2. Okay. Let's see. Constant rate is less CPU intensive. I'm using GPU, not CPU. Okay, but it uses bandwidth ineffectively and makes for big sizes variable changes your bitrate based on how much action you have. Streaming min 6,000, max 12,000, recording min max 50,000. Okay, that does make sense, but I'm not using my CPU for my let's say stream encoding. I'm using a graphics card. Okay, let me just go there real quick, hit cancel, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and change my brief frames to 2. That may be the reason. Okay, and then enable spatial adaptiveness. Wait, what is that? Spatial / adaptive quantization. Why? Look at the second image. Adaptive quantization is unchecked. To check that box, NVE, okay, that thing can dynamically allocate bitrates within high detail areas of your frames, multi-mode and preset, P5, good quality, and 2 passes, quad resolution are great sweet spots for NVIDIA GPUs like RTX cards, and won't overburden your system. Okay, I guess that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and okay. See, it works on CPU and GPU, doesn't matter. But I want like good quality constantly. I tested VBR for streaming and it works fine. Ignore the AI, just don't make the minimum and maximum bit rates too low or too high. Do its tweaks there, great, but VBR still. I mean, I'll probably CLC. Okay, so that is checked. Oh, and our time started. My bad, guys. It started 10 seconds ago. That said, good. You moved on replace off a print. That part's right, but look closely at what you called it on. First underscore price dot replace. Okay. What is first underscore price? Go back to dot find. To what dot find actually returns. Is first underscore price a plain string or is it something else? Think back to the soup slash response object pattern. It is a object. Well, it is an object would make more sense. Okay, what is a string here then? All prices is not a string. Not. What is a string here then? Okay, but regardless, continue programming. Okay, I guess let's go here. Okay, exactly. First underscore place is a beautiful soup tag object, not a plain string. The whole template, class name, content, and then close the template package tag, class content, all of it. Dot replaces string method. It does not know what to do with a tag object. A tag does not have a dot replace. That works the way you want here. And if it errored, that's exactly why wrong type of thing to call dot replace on. So here's the real question. Which specific piece of first underscore price is actually the string? It's the content. The content. How, let's go with something like, how do I get access to it? Question mark. There we go, let's see. If you have little disk space and shit internet, you'll understand why VBR is better. Actually, I have like 2 TBs of space, and I have pretty good Wi-Fi too, to be honest. But I see why that would make sense. Like if we do have, hey, that works to stream probably if we do actually have less space and all that stuff. But then I think I got that stuff. Okay, you already know you used it last session on this exact object type. Think back, what attribute did you use on a found tag to pull out just the clean content, no tagless wrapper? A single word. Text? The exact object. Think back, what attribute did you use on found tag to pull out the clean content tag? Okay, so let's see. I used the find to actually pull it out. Price color. Okay, let's see. So on response, so response dot not get, wait, it's like, okay, let me go with something like find. No, find is a method. Text. Okay, exactly, text. So now put it together. You need first price dot text gives you that. Then call the replace. Oh, okay. So instead of having this here, we're gonna go with something like first price dot text dot replace. Let's hit control. Let's just save the code. I'm gonna go ahead and copy my web scraper. And then let's go ahead and paste it here. Okay, I see the thought here. But I'm gonna add my dot replace right here. Then I'm gonna remove that. I'm gonna hit control S to save the code. I'm gonna copy my py webscraper.py and then let's go ahead and paste it. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, that took way too long, but I am kind of determined I want to be done with this entire mini project today, unless I don't really. Okay, that's it. 51.77. Clean, no pound sign, no error. You fixed that one bug, okay. But wait, send me the actual line of code you ended up running. I want to confirm you wrote it as first place.text. So text.replace, yada yada. Control A, Control C. I'm gonna grab cloud out here and then I'm gonna paste it. There we go. Okay, confirmed exactly right. First underscore place.text.replace. Changed in the correct order. Get the text first, then replace on that string. No shortcuts, no guessing, correct reasoning, start to finish. Now you got clean string 51.77. Still a string, not a number yet. Last piece for today's question. Write the line that takes 51.77 after the dot replace and converts it into an actual float on the result so we can both confirm it landed as a float and not a string. All right. So I'm gonna go with something like dot float, not dot float. I'm gonna typecast this whole thing to be a float. Honestly, I added the replace there, so that kind of messed things up. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna paste it, and then I'm gonna go with something like first underscore price. I'm gonna typecast this to a floating point, so let's go with something like float first price. There we go. Wait, actually, could I? That's fine. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go with something like first price dot text, and then I want to go ahead and print the type of, let's say, my first underscore price. And then we're gonna hit Control S to save the code, and I'm gonna go ahead and, let's say, run it again. There we go. First underscore PRICE. Type error float argument must be on a string or a real number, not a tag. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wait, that's actually a tag. Hold on. I am back, you hiding Philippeteer. Appreciate you joining the stream. What is your name? You know, I think there's like 20 more days left, right? Ask it to me for like the next 20 streams and I'll type it out. Okay, but fact check me because my memory is awful. Okay, we're gonna go with print first price dot text. Before I go with float, I can do that. What if I want to set this to a thing? First price equals to that, and then first price dot text, let's say result. Okay, and then what if I just copy my result and I'm gonna go ahead and paste my result? Control S, and then let's just go ahead and run my code again. Guys, this is basically a trial and error until I don't figure this stuff out. So it's a beautiful soup 4 dot element tag. Alright, so we did not really typecast it yet. Therefore, I'm gonna go with something like float. I want to change the data type. Result. Wait, it's not a string, right? Text gives me everything. Yeah. You know what? You know what? Fine. Yeah, screw result. Just gonna go back till nothing happened, and then I'm gonna just paste this here again. Let's hit Control S, and then I'm gonna paste that here. Then let's hit enter, and we get this. But now my type is a BS4, which is Beautiful Soup 4. It's actually the next 18 streams. Wait, actually, is it? Yeah, my master been peeking into +10 without me knowing. Okay, wait, actually, was it 18? Because I remember last stream I actually told you that it was 21. I'll have to probably check that stuff. Okay, first underscore price dot text dot replace, okay. I wanna convert it to like a float. Okay, let me go with something like I'm gonna copy this. And then let's paste it. And then we're gonna go with something like type. Let me find the type of this. Control S, and then we're gonna go ahead and let's say run our py webscraper.py. Now it's a string. There we go. So I could just float this up. So it's a string when I print it. It's not a string when I don't print it. All right, perfect. I'm gonna go with let's say the type. Yeah, let's remove this. Let's remove this. I'm gonna go with something like the type. Okay, and then we're gonna hit Control S, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let's say run my file again. There we go. Now the class type is a floating point number. All right. Control A, Control C. I'm gonna grab Cloud out here real quick. Trust me, it's 18. Huh. But I bet you're not brave enough. But I think you should make it one stream. Guys, make it one stream is kind of crazy. But again, I'm gonna probably check that. Like, let me know if you're in the Discord server. I can check it up and let you know after the stream is over. The order meter actually misled me. It isn't clipping at all. I see. Okay, that's technically confirmed the type, but you now buried the actual number by printing type. Run it and send me. Not the value itself. You want both its type and its number. That's not okay. That's not even that. Okay, that wasn't even that hard or complicated. I did that so I could have, let's say, so I could have taken out 2 birds with 1 stone, if that makes any sense. Now I should be able to see both the type. Wow, syntax error. My bad. Alright. Okay, now I guess we can finally move on. How close are we to be done with the project 1 question mark? Because once I'm done with this project, I will be moving on to the phase 2 of this series, and by god, it's actually day 74 or something. But since it's day 74, I'm already about 14 days late. Is it 73 or 74? Good real number. What's not done? Doing that same cleanup for all 20 prices at once. Okay. Want to keep pushing? I can keep pushing. What, we haven't even been streaming for an hour. Okay, good, that's the right call. So all we need to do right now is do that same cleanup for all 20 prices at once, not just first price. You'll need a loop or a pandas native way. This sounds kind of fun to apply this to every price on the page, scraping the outer fields you haven't touched yet, a book title, and the actual rating value. Right now, you only have the 3 class text, not a usable number like 3. Ignition, is that how you pronounce it? Right now, you're only scraping page 1. Book2scrape.com has many pages, and a daily automated scraper from the roadmap implies getting all of them, not just 20 books, putting everything into a pandas' data frame, 1 row per book, clean columns, storing into PostgreSQL via SQL Alchemy, the final step, reusing your phase 1 database skills. Okay, good, that's the right call. While the pattern's still fresh in your head, let's build on it immediately rather than starting something new cold. Right now, you've only cleaned 1 price, first underscore price, but you've got 20 of them sitting in all prices. Question first, before you write anything, you have all prices, a list of 20 object tags. If you wanted to apply the same text.replace method, float pattern to every single one, not just the first. What Python tool would you reach for to go to a list of 1 item at a time to do something each time? A for loop. I sort of kind of already did that stuff. Exactly right. Now let's build it. Here's the task. Write a for loop that goes through all underscore prices, and for each price tag applies the same cleaning pattern. .text.replace float to clean a float and stores each result into a new list called clean underscore prices. Think about what you need before the loop starts, an empty list to collect results into, and what you need to do inside the loop. Applied each cleaned float to it. Write it, run it, and send me your code plus the actual printed out of clean underscore prices. Alright, so I'm gonna like start with a brand new clean slate, and we're gonna sort of remove all of them. All of these. I will be copying, I'm not gonna copy anything, I'm just gonna delete everything. I'm gonna leave these 3 though. Like the length of all prices, and response.encoding, because I do want to I don't really need the response to encoding because I do know that I'm using UTF-8 because I did change my encoder specifically to UTF-8. That said, let's go ahead and create clean clean underscore prices. There we go, which is going to be equal to an empty list. And then I'm going to go with, let's say, for loop, I'm going to go with something like for every price in all underscore prices. I want to go ahead and do something. I want to go over every single price. So clean underscore prices dot append. I want to append my price dot text dot replace. I want to replace, let's say, my pound sign, which I do need to go to Claude for because I kind of forgot the sign here. And I don't know where else can I get access to it without copying that stuff. We're gonna go to the pound sign. I want to go ahead and replace my pound sign. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are you kidding me? Hold on a damn minute. Control C. And I grab Claude here. I want to replace my pound sign with an empty space. Okay, and then once I'm done replacing my pound sign with with an empty space, I want to kind of typecast this whole stuff to a float. Therefore, we're gonna go with something like a floating point number. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, let's say, print my clean prices. Let me go with something like for my current track, I'm not using Ardour for its MIDI features. I'm using IMMS for IMDI and rendering it as a wave file that I loop in effect and mix in Ardour. Ardour has MIDI feature, but I don't like them. I have heard about the wave file, but I have never heard of the MIDI. My LMMS projects, even the long ones, are only kilobytes and single files. Ardour makes a whole folder and it's all ready for this not so long project, 40 megabytes. I see. Okay, let's go with something like print. I want to go ahead and print my clean underscore prices. There we go, and then let's just go ahead and hit Control S to save the code. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my terminal here, change my directory to Python underscore files. And then we're gonna go with something like py web underscore scraper, scraper dot cpy extension. 51. There we go, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. We're gonna grab Claude out here real quick. We're gonna go ahead and paste that to Claude and then copy that as well. Grab Claude here. Then we're gonna go ahead and paste it and send it. There we go. Perfect, all 20 prices. Clean floats 50.1, 22.6, correctly showing as their true float values. Python drops trailing zeros from floats. 50.10 becomes 50.1, same number, just Python's is normal float display. Worth knowing that's not a bug. That loop is the exact reusable pattern you'll now apply to every other field on this page. You just proved you can generalize from one item to every item in a list. That's a real engineering skill, not just a syntax trick. Now, next field on books.toscrape.com. Each book also has a title. You haven't scraped that yet. Question first. Do you remember from your own manual view -source investigation last session what tag and /r attribute holds the book title? If not, that's fine. We'll look together. Not no penalty either way. I do not know. Yeah, I kind of don't remember what did we use for our title. There we go, just making sure the stream goes nicely. Okay, no penalty. You never actually looked at that part from the HTML yet, so there's nothing to not remember. Let's go find it the same way you found price underscore color and start -rating. Task, open books2scrape.com in your browser, right-click and view source, inspect elements on any book title on that page and find the actual HTML tag /attribute that holds the title text. Send me back what you find the exact structure on the title copy. There we go. Let's go ahead and open books2scrape.com and then I'm gonna go ahead and right-click and open it as a View page source. Alright, alright, alright. Now we're gonna go ahead and find a title. Let's go with something like title. So we've got 22 titles. I can just go up. Wait, that takes me. I wanna go one at a time. Okay. That is not a title that I'm looking at. Not something that I'm looking at. That's not what I'm looking at. Nope. 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 Okay. Genuinely, where is the title that I'm looking at? That I'm looking for? I mean, I see this. I don't see a specific class. I see two title tags. So my title tags are UDF-A, that is consent meta. Okay, why are these comments not readable to me? All products, book to scrape sandbox. There are a bunch of titles. There are like way too many lines for me even copy paste to Claude. Okay, I mean I see this. Let's paste it. Okay, and say I mean I see the word title has been used 22 times across the entire code. However, this was the only one as a tag. There we go, and then let's go ahead and send it. Good catch that you actually searched instead of guessing, but look at what you found. That's the pages tag, okay? You said title appears 22 times. That number is a big clue. How many books are on this page? You already know the answer. There are about like 50 books. If the title appears 22 times and there are 20 books on the page, where else might the word title show up that isn't title tag? Think about what an HTML attribute looks like versus a tag. A title equals to as part of something. Go back, search for title equals to specifically. Wait, does that make a difference? Title equals to... Huh? There are 20 title equals to. That is star waiting. I mean, I see this, but this is, ain't that the title name? I mean, I see 20 matches, all the same as this. Well, not literally the same as this, but you guys get the gist of it. There it is, 20 matches, one per book, exactly matching our book count. That's not a coincidence. That's confirmation you found the right way, the right thing. Now, let's actually read this line like you did with price underscore color last session. Read it out yourself before I say anything. That is a tag. This is the closing tag. That is a title is this. That is the content. Question: the actual book title appears in two different places in that single line. One is title equals to ... attribute on the A in a pair of ankle braces tag. The other is the visible text between A and / A in a pair of ankle braces tag, which shows a light in the attic, truncated with ... Given that one of these is truncated / cut off and it's and one is not, which of the two would you choose to scrape as the real full accurate book title, and why? I would choose the one that is not cut off. Choose the one that is cut off. Oh, whoa. Huh? I was gonna say, okay, you know what's great? Yeah. Okay, and time's up. Gotta get back to break. All right, I guess. What do I do for my break? Should I play some Wuthering Waves? You know what? Fine, let's play some Wuthering Waves. The thing is, last stream I did play a little bit of what. You know what? Screw it. I don't want to play Wuthering Waves. It's like when it's time for like a story time or something. By God, it takes so long for the story to really end that I can't even exit anything. But again, that was sort of my fault as well. Hold on, I'm waiting for myself to open it real quick. And in 4 days, we're gonna get a new gacha banner. Kuro Games, a photosensitive seizure warning. I wonder if I should play Wuthering Waves or Valorant. Or maybe something else in general, like a mini game or something. But for the time being, Wuthering Waves is just the funner option. Or the more entertaining option. There we go. Ho ho ho. Wait, where's my pop-up? There we go. Okay, so where did I stop yesterday? And by God, why is this pop-up so big? Can I like shrink it a little bit? Okay, that's better. We'll just keep it right, sure. I don't even look at the map, to be honest. There. Just stays in a nice little corner. Oh wait, I gotta talk with them? Nope. There we go.
I think it was Yang Yang.
I missed some of
Patrol
their
station
conversation.
isn't saying anything.
Yep, same old Jinjo, all right. Smells just like I remember it.
But looking around, the city looks like it's on edge.
I'm
Yang Yang
basically
did mention trouble brewing in her letter. Is this it?
I'm basically watching an anime. Where is the gameplay? Where is the peak action?
Yeah, what's with all the long faces? It's a beautiful day out and everything.
Anyway, let's go find Yang Yang and the others first.
A new character?
Rover! Is that really you? You're back.
Bishi, is that how you pronounce it? Or long time no see? I want to know who she is.
Oh, thank goodness. Now that you're here, Rover, everything is going to be all right. You must have come back because you heard what happened to Yang Yang and Chixia.
Yang Yang and Chixia? What happened?
Huh? You haven't heard? Chixia's still unconscious, and Yang Yang... she's gone missing. And now...
Can you be more specific, Jaja?
Oh, okay. I only found out recently myself. There was a commission that passed its deadline, but nobody came to follow up on it. So, I went out to look for my client, but I couldn't find him anywhere. And it wasn't just him. People all over Jingzhou have been disappearing. Chixia and Yang Yang were the ones on this case, but 2 days after they left the city,
20 seconds.
Chixia was brought back by the Midnight Rangers due to serious injuries. And Yang Yang? She wasn't with her.
Alright, I'll call that to be time. I'm just gonna...
That's all I know. I went to the patrol station to ask for more information, but they won't tell me anything.
There we go. Okay, that's all for now. I'll continue the rest later on. Okay, I would choose the one that is not cut off because we do need our entire title name to access the title, right? Exactly right, and you should be able to say why in one sentence clean. So let's log that in. Question: which one is that? The title equals to a light in the attic attribute or the visible truncated text? And once you named it, how do you think you tell Beautiful Soup give me the value of the title attribute rather than give me the .text content? Hint, you already know .text gives you between tags attributes are accessed differently using square brackets. Like a dictionary. I do not really know because I have, let's say, hardly ever seen the syntax. Okay, and then let's send it. What are we talking about? Actually, today I am working with my Project 1 continuation where I am building the fully automated web scraper. But before I do build it, I'm learning about it as well. That said, for the time being, I'm trying to figure out how do I display my attribute as opposed to just my... Wait, actually, my title as opposed to just my prices. Because I did go to the source code, or it would be kind of hard to explain it here. Because apparently I went to a website called bookstoscrape.com, which lets us scrape their books legally. So I right-clicked this and I went up to view page source. In the view page source, I found, let's say, let me go with something like, what was it called? Book color? Or was it something like color? Price _ color? Let's just go with color. There we go. So apparently I did find a bunch of colors here where I found the prices and I managed to filter my prices and remove the pound sign and just get plain prices and store them in a list. However, now I'm trying to do the same exact thing with titles, although titles does require a completely different method name. There we go. Or not method name, a completely different syntax to actually get access to it. Wait, what's the background? Is that what I think it is? Actually, it is Wuthering Waves. So basically, I am following a Pomodoro as well, which means 25 minutes of timer, and then I'm going to be having a 5 minutes of break. 3 sessions of 25 minutes. Actually, 4 sessions of 25 minutes, and then I get a 15 minutes break. And yeah, my timer ended, so I just kind of, whatchamacallit, skipped over Wuthering Waves and just got my other window up here. That said, totally fair. This is genuinely new syntax you haven't hit yet, so no guessing needed here. Let's build it cleanly. Here's the concept. A Beautiful Soup tag object lets you pull out any attribute like a ref, class, or title using square bracket syntax, the same way you'd pull a value out of a dictionary by its key. And I realized one thing. I gotta make sure to mute my desktop audio. I know what you're making. I was there last stream. I looked at the chat and saw y'all were talking about something like using one file or entire folder for code. One file or entire folder for code. Is my memory kind of bad? Hold on. Looked at the last chat and saw y'all were talking about something like using one file or an entire... Okay, I remember that, but I forgot where did we actually use that stuff. One file or entire folder of code. I installed a bunch... Oh, I got it. I was running into an error constantly because, I apparently had a wrong file or something. Okay, I need to fact check that stuff. That said, using square brackets, syntax the same way you would pull out a value from a dictionary, but it's key. So tag, this is my attribute name. So if you have a tag like this, a href equals to ... title, a light in the attic, a light in the ... a. Then tag.text gives you the visible content between a light in the ... Tag at index of title gives you the value of title attribute tag at index of title string. Okay, light in the attic, full untruncated. Question to check it landed, given that if you had a variable called book underscore link pointing to that a tag, what would you write to get the full untruncated title as a string? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I am sort of confused here. So, okay, so, why did we, let's say, why did we go with tag that was not even a part of the let's say code? Question mark. We did tag at index of attribute. Okay, let's go with something like attribute underscore name. I did not understand that. Okay, why did we not use title? Why did we not use title instead? Because yeah, we just had a title, right, Akshar? Good question to spot on. That confusion is worth clearing up properly because it's not a small thing. Tag in what I wrote was not a real code. It was a placeholder name standing for whatever variable you're using to hold that A. Okay, I just realized one thing. My GPU is currently at 56 degrees Celsius. Is that normal? Standing in a variable you're using to hold that A element, I used a generic name to explain the pattern in the abstract. The same way math uses x to mean any number, not the literal number x. So tag at index of title does not mean a variable literally named tag. It means your variable, whatever you call it, title. Tag in what I wrote wasn't real code. It was a placeholder name standing in whatever variable you're using to hold that A element. I used a generic name to explain the pattern in the abstract. Okay. Whatever variable you're using to hold that element. To explain the pattern in the abstract, the same way we use x to mean any number in math. So tag at index of a string title does not mean a variable literally named tag. It means your variable, whatever you call it. Let's make it concrete with a real variable example you'd actually use. Book link equals to soup.findA. This is a real tag object. Soup.findA. What is the last thing that I went with? I'll get this here. Okay, soup.find. We went with P because P is our tag name. Our class is price color. Soup.find. This is a real tag object. Full title is book underscore link at index of title. Okay. Here, book underscore link is the variable holding the A tag. Title. But couldn't there be multiple A tags? Is telling a beautiful soup on the object. Give me the value stored under the attribute key title. Same bracket syntax as my dictionary some underscore key. If you use dictionaries, does that clear up the tag confusion? Was it just the placeholder? Okay. Why did we specifically use A as our tag? Is it a generic tag that people use for titles? And that P is a generic tag that people use for, let's say, prices, question mark. And what else, what else, what else, what else, what else? Also, furthermore, um, furthermore, will the find tag A give me access to the first ever book's title? Okay, let's see, let's see. I think it may. I'm currently working on my own Git server, basically GitHub and Golang. I'm working at 111 commits and 5k lines of code. Still a work in progress. That actually sounds really cool. Let me know how it goes. Okay, two really good questions. Let's take them one at a time and actually reason through the first one instead of just me telling you. Question 1, go back to the raw HTML you copy pasted a few messages ago. Look at this again. We have h3 tag. All right. What tag is wrapping the link and the attribute? What letter comes right after the less than sign or the ankle braces? Nope, the less than sign. This connects something to you already figured out yourself last session, with price underscore color tags aren't generic for one job like prices or titles. Think back to what you concluded about why class mattered more than the tag name itself. Why class mattered more than the tag name itself? Because tag names can be used again. However, the class names must be different. Okay, I guess, and then I'm gonna drink some water, maybe later, I guess. Good, you're pulling the right principles from last session, but let's sharpen it slightly because it's not quite. Class names must be different. Let's separate two things. Tag names P, A, H3, div, etc. These are generic HTML building blocks. A specifically means a link. Anchor tag. It's used everywhere on the internet for any clickable link, not specifically for titles. P means paragraph, used everywhere for any block of text, not specifically for prices. Neither tag is the book title tag or the price tag. They're just generic containers. Class names, class equal to price underscore color, class equal to star hyphen rating 3. These are custom labels the website's developer choose specifically, so this paragraph tag can be told apart from some other paragraph doing a different job on the same page. So to directly answer a question, no, A is in the generic tag for titles the way you might picture it. It's just the generic tag for links, and this particular website's developer happened to put the book title as an attribute on that link tag rather than giving it its own dedicated P class title or similar. Question 2, check if this landed. Given that A, which is the attribute tag, right? No, the anchor tag. Given that the anchor tag just means a link and the page probably has other links too, like home, books, category links in a sidebar. If you just did soup.find A, do you think it would definitely find the book title link, or could it just easily grab some other kind of link in the paragraph? Or could it just as easily grab some other links on the page first? It could grab any other links from the page easily, just as easily. However, it may not be able to do so unless we did not specify a certain line to have the anchor tag. Okay, and this is going to be easily, EASILY, and then I'm going to go ahead and send it. You're circling with the right idea, but the phrasing got tangled. Let's straighten it out with a concrete check instead of a more abstract talk. You're right that stoop.find a just grabs the first a tag anywhere on the page, top to bottom, in whatever order it appears in the HTML. It does not know or care that you specifically want the one wrapping a book title if there is a navigation bar link, a home link, or a logo link before the first book in the raw HTML. Find A would grab one first, not the book title. Question: given that risk, what tool do you already know that you could use, that you already use successfully on price_color, that lets you tell Beautiful Soup, don't find any tag? Find one that specifically has class/attribute in it. You used this twice already this session on two different elements. Think back. Given that risk, what tool do you use? I would say text. Dot text. Yo, hiding observer, appreciate you joining the stream. The text is what you use. I mean, you wrote something like this. Okay, is what you use after you've already found the right thing to pull out its contents. That's not the tool that narrows down which tag you find in the first place. Think back to price_color when you wanted the price specifically, not just any p tag on the page. What did you add inside find? Yeah, we added our tag in our class. Okay, call itself, only grab p. This has specific class. Question: given that pattern, find tag name class if you wanted to specifically target a tag that's inside an h3's tag, like you found in the HTML. Yep, there is an a tag in the... Is it like inside? Yeah, it is inside the h3's tag, like you found in the raw HTML. What do you think you need to search for instead of or alongside a class? The h3's tag. Okay, however, I had a quick question. There we go. Okay, wait, actually, I think a colon would make more sense. What does the h3 this tag means? Question mark. Okay, and then let's send it. Good question, and a fair one to ask before going further, since the tag itself isn't familiar. H3 is an HTML heading tag. HTML has 6 levels of headings. H1, biggest and most important, usually a page's main title, down to H6, smallest. H3 is a mid-level heading. Here, the website's developer used it to mark this text is heading for a book entry, which is why the book title link lives inside it. It's not a special or custom, it's a standard generic HTML tag, same category as P or A. It just means for headings instead of paragraph links. Now, back to your actual answer, you said the H3 tag, and that's a really useful observation. Here's the thing to notice. The A tag itself has no class attribute at all. That's what I was saying in what you found. So class equals to ... won't work here. There's nothing to match on. But you're onto something real, since the A sits inside a unique enough H3's tag. You could search for H3 first, and then find A inside of it. question based on what you already know about find. If you had a variable book that pointed to h3 tag, how do you think you'd write code to find the a tag inside of that h3 tag? Hint, dot find isn't just for one soup. It works the same way on any other tag object, including the one you already found. All right, I think I figured it out. Oh shoot, we got a bunch of H3s. Where else are H3s here? All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go back. All the H3s has the A tag in it. All H3s has an A tag in it. Huh. All right. I would first do dot find h3 and then store the results. Let's go with something like store the results in a variable and then run the dot find on that variable to look for the anchor tag. Now to fix my grammar. Okay, let me just exit that. I would first do the dot find h3 and then let's go here dot find h3 and then store the result in a variable and then run the dot find again. I don't know why am I fixing my punctuation here on the variable that took the target. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and send it. Actually, before I send it, however, I see no, it's perfect. It's perfect. I just realized it's freaking perfect. Look why. There are 20 books. Each H3 opens and closes with one book, which means there's an H3 for every single book. Good, that's the right shape of reasoning. Let's tighten the syntax because there's one small important thing to fix. You wrote find.h3, but h3, there needs to be a string, the tag name as text, just like you did with P for prices. Right now, h3 without quotes would just mean a variable name h3 which doesn't exist. Question, given that, how would you write it correctly, the tag name as a proper string? Same style as soup. I would wrap it in a pair of quotes. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and send it. Exactly, so put it together, write it out, 2 lines, and the real variable names. Task, write 2 lines of code, find one h3 tag from soup and store in a variable, find the tag from the h3 variable and store that in another variable, then print that second variable's the style attribute. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and grab Visual Studio out here. And now, we're gonna go ahead and drink some water. Hold on. Kind of thirsty. There we go. Oops. Alright, so, first things first, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is that I have my soup here, where my beautiful soup is my response.text.html parser. So I'm gonna go ahead and, create a variable for my all, not all. I'm gonna go with something like tags. That is gonna be equal to. All right, guys, our break started. Let's go back. Let's get back. Let's get back. That was the worst way to actually start this off, but I'm gonna go here.
Come on. Yang Yang, she's gonna be all right.
Don't beat yourself up, Jeja. You've already been a big help.
Here's the thing, I don't like this because this is basically like I'm watching an anime. I want to start playing something, not like straight 5 minutes of storytelling.
From here on out, leave it to me. I'll be on my way now.
Rover, please, just.
This is what I like.
So, what do we do next?
Let's go talk to Jinchi first.
Head to the city wall. Oh wow, I'm far, far, far. Isn't there like a way for me to go faster than this? I feel like a slow boat.
Come on, need to hit something.
I need to hit some. What was that I missed? Oh. Oh wow, wait, what am I doing? I think I gotta hit X, right? Where do I go? Okay, let me probably climb up here. How do I get that high? And is it just me or was something lagging right now? Is this lagging or is it just me? Wait, is that actually lagging? Wait, I'm trying to climb. How do I? Alright, how do I get there? I'm lost. I'm officially lost here. Also, maybe... Is there a way that I can go to settings to check my... How do you check? Shooter, flight, sensor, grapple... Okay, how do I firstly check if I'm lagging or not? I'll just get that somewhere here. Where do I even keep this? I can't even find a place. Let me just leave that there. Okay, I guess we get... I keep forgetting the name. It's not like astrite stones. I think that's astrite, right? And then store, and then we have trophies. I'll claim them later. And then we got backpack. Oh yeah, got it. It was settings. It was settings. So from these settings, I want to go to my graphics. This is lock-in mode. Where's general settings? Graphics. Okay, it says it's laggy. I can decrease the lag a tad bit, but that's fine. That's high. Shadow quality, what if I go to low? Medium, okay. That doesn't even do a whole lot. Apply recommended settings? I'm so scared to do that. It's probably going to make the game look like garbage. Use recommended graphics quality. This will override some of the current graphics settings. Nah, I'd rather prefer nice looking stuff. It's fine. It doesn't lag as much. Yeah, like this is not even lag.
Come on, need to hit something.
But here's the thing. How do I escape this place? Where's the tower? Okay, wait. Okay, so 28. Yep, I'm going in the right direction. Talk to him. You look like you're interested in training. I'm training a footwork unique to Leondis, the backflip. Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm this name, a lion dancer at Lion Dance Tropo. I'm a peer of Ling Ling. Backflip. Okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna read this stuff. He's just a random traveler. I'm almost out of time. Oh wow. Challenge again if you ever find the time. Newbie in town. Get warmer. I'm gonna go with Hall of... I've seen people play that stuff, but for now my time's up. Chop chop, guys. Back to work. Okay, exactly. So I'm gonna go ahead and open my Visual Studio Code. In my Visual Studio Code, my tags is gonna be equal to, I'm gonna go with my soup. So my soup here is not gonna be my all prices, rather it's just gonna be my soup dot find. I'm gonna find, let's say, my h3 tag. All right, once I'm done finding my h3 tag, I'm gonna go with something like titles is gonna be equal to my tags dot find. I want to go ahead and find my anchor tags. Now, here's the thing. If I were to read Claude's instruction again, find one h3 tag from soup and store it in a variable. Find a tag inside that h3 variable and store it in another variable. Then print that second variable. Then print that second variable. We got two variables here, okay. Well, I guess let's go ahead and print our second variable. I'm gonna print titles. It is plural for now, even though I'm just gonna be having one title, but then it's fine. I mean, it's singular. The variable is plural, even though I'm gonna be printing something singular, but then that's just for the time being because I'm gonna change that later on. Let's copy that, paste it here, and then let's run it. Okay, so the first thing should be the title, right? Too confusing to see. Control S. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that. We're gonna grab Cloud out here real quick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and paste this, and then let's send it. Okay, let's see. Close, but look at what you actually printed. You got the whole A tag object printed out, A, H-R-E-F, okay? Not just the title string. That means you printed the tag itself, not at... Wait, I'm kind of stupid in that case. Hold on, let me read the whole thing. Not at index of title on it. Send me the actual part. Okay, so if I were to look at my code here, well, not my code, the code from the books2scrape.com. Okay, I'm gonna get my timer out there. All right, so let's run it up real quick. I want to go ahead and check something real quick. Okay, yeah, so we do go at index of title because title is my key here. It's not any random stuff that we're just looking at. Okay, at index of title, let's copy that, and then we're gonna go ahead and copy our py.webscraper, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and paste my py.webscraper. And a light in the attic. There we go, we got it. All right, let's go ahead and copy that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and grab Cloud here real quick, paste it, and then send it. There it is, a light in the attic, full and untruncated. That's the real title, correctly pulled via the title attribute, not the truncated.txt version. But same as last time, send me the actual code. How could I forget? Also, wait, hold on, I'm gonna go with a bunch of control Z's. After copying that, I'm gonna go with a bunch of control Z's. We'll leave that while having this on. Okay, and ignore the ignore the last three print statements. I deleted them when running, so I saw a clean output. However, I added them back. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and send it. Okay, confirmed, exactly right. Soup.find h3.find a on that result, title on that final tag, two-step narrowing, then attribute access. That's the correct pattern. No shortcuts. You've now got one line, same as you started with one price. You already know what comes next because you just did it minutes ago with prices. Question, you have all prices from soup.find all, find_all. what's the equivalent call? You'd need to get all 20 H3 tags at once, not dot find all, the all version. So you can loop through them the same way you loop through prices. Dot find underscore all. Well, not that zero, but you got it. Okay, question, what's the correct complete? With the argument inside. Okay, so I want to go with something like soup dot find underscore all. Let's go with something like a string of h3. I'm gonna close this and then go here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and send it. Exactly right, clean syntax this time. Now let's build a loop same shape as the price one you already wrote successfully. Task, write a for loop that goes through every h3 from soup.find all h3. Inside each one, find the a tag, pulls out title from that a tag, appends each clean string into a new list called clean underscore titles. Write it, run it, and send me your code plus the actual printed output of clean underscore titles. Alright. So basically what we're gonna go ahead and do right now is kind of truncate my terminal, and then we added a tag. This is going to be all underscore tags. I'm gonna go with something like all underscore tags, which is gonna go ahead and be something like soup underscore find all. Are you kidding me? There we go, soup underscore find all, and then I'm gonna go with something like copy all tags. I'm gonna paste all tags here, all tags dot find underscore all again, which is gonna be a find all my 8 tags in the same category as my h3 tags, and then I'm gonna go ahead and print my all titles. All titles is supposed to be a list. Okay, let's go with something like clean underscore titles equals to an empty list. And then I'm gonna go with a for loop for every title. In my titles, I want to go with something like clean underscore titles dot append. I want to go ahead and append my title dot text. Okay, this is, I basically just need my text, so that should be pretty much it. I want to kind of see its type as well, but then that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and then we're gonna paste our titles, right? Right. For every title in titles at index of title. There we go. And then we just print our clean titles. Hit Control S to save the code. We copy our web scraper. We're gonna paste our web scraper. Hit enter. And we run into an error. All underscore tags dot find. We get an attribute error. Result object attribute find underscore all. You're probably treating a list of elements like a single element. Did you call all when you meant find one? I want to find all my soups. I want titles. This is all titles, single title, singular, plural. All tags dot find a. Okay. That is still titles. It's still plural. It's not singular. I want to find all my titles and store it here, but this is not a list. What if I go with a list here? For every title in titles. That makes so much more sense now. This is I'm iterating over a list of titles, not just a title. So we're gonna go ahead and change our directory to, let's say, something like Python underscore, let's say, files where I'm gonna go with something like py web scraper web underscore s underscore s c r a p p p e r dot py. Attribute header, has no attribute key, treating a list of elements like a single element. Did you mean to call find by itself? I meant to call everything, to be honest, but let me think. So we have title at index of title. Those are titles, not title. Line 17 is the issue here. So we have all tags, which is soup.find underscore all h3. I want to find all the h3s. From all my h3s, I want to get... That's not even... This is the issue here. I can't go with that stuff if I have an all here. We don't specifically have a... another thing here. For every title in titles, titles, clean underscore titles dot append title at index of title. This should actually work, but I run into an error. With Control A, Control C. I'm not gonna send it to Claude just yet because I want to try to figure this part out. I iterate over it. Let's say for instance, I have it as a regular find. Would that make like a whole lot of difference? Or am I only expected to get one tag out of him? Attribute header again. Tag.find a. Did you call find underscore all? So wait, line what? Line 7. It's what? Result set object has no attribute find. You're probably treating a list of elements like a single element. Did you call find underscore all when you meant to call find? I literally called find and I meant to call find, but then here's the thing. If titles is plural, multiple titles, multiple tags. Huh. Find underscore all is literally what makes sense here. For title in titles, clean underscore titles dot append title at index of title. Print clean title. Title. Okay, you know what? Let's go with Control A, Control C. And then I'm gonna go ahead and paste it and say something like, I feel like I messed up. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let's say send it. Good instinct catching that something's off. Let's find exactly where. Run it first and see what actually happens. Does an error happen? I get an attribute error. But before you run it, let's reason it out. Since you already have the tools to catch it, question 1, all underscore tags.soup. What type of thing does find underscore all return? Is it a single object or something else? It returns a beautiful soup 4 object, so a BS4 object. Or something else. Think back to what you ran. When you ran that thing and printed all prices, what did it look like? One item or a list of many items? It gives me a BS4, a beautiful soup 4 object. Okay, and when and all underscore prices is a list. Good, you reasoned your way the exact right diagnosis before even needing the traceback. Let's connect the dots fully. All underscore tags a list of h3 tag objects, technically a result set which behaves like a list. You then wrote titles equals to all underscore titles dot find underscore all a. Question.find_all is a method that belongs to a single tag object or the soup object. It knows how to search inside one element's HTML, but all_tag isn't one element. It's a list of 20 of them. Does a plain Python list have a find_all method on it at all? And based on that, what do you think is the actual cause of the attribute error you got? .find_all is a method that belongs to a single tag object or the soup object. It knows how to search inside the elements of HTML, but all tags isn't one element, a list of 20 of them. Okay, believe that, but all tags isn't one element, it's a list of 20 of them. Does list have a find_all? A list, let me go with something like a list does not have a find, let's go with something, a find_all method. Okay, pushing my chair more to the left. There we go. A list does not have a find_all method. What does then? What do you think is the actual cause of the attribute error? I believe that the reason I got an attribute error is because... Oh god, are you kidding me? I tried to use a method on a list that does not belong to a list. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and send it. It's gonna get my legs down. Exactly right. That's the precise correct diagnosis. Attribute error because you called find_all, a method that belongs to tag/soup objects on a plain list, which has no such method. Right error type this time too, and you reasoned it out completely on your own from the object type distinction, not from me telling you. So here's the fix. You can't call .find_all a on the whole list, all_tags at once. You need to go through it one h3 at a time, which exactly is the for loop for. Okay, task, rewrite the loop so that instead of calling find_all on the whole all_tag, you loop through all_tags one h3 at a time. Okay. So apparently we're not gonna do this. I'm gonna remove this. Rather, we're gonna go with something like for every tag. Hold up. For every tag in all_tags, I want to go ahead and do something. I want to go ahead and let's say go with something like clean_titles.append. I want to go ahead and append my tag dot find the a tag. All right, and then apparently this should work. Let's hit Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy my Python web_scraper.py to run my program, paste it, and hit enter. Holy frick. That was such an easy fix. Okay, but now I need to filter it. Okay, so I'm gonna paste it here. I'm not gonna send it just yet. Okay, I'm gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna paste that here too. Okay, and then I'm gonna try fixing it now. Let's only get access to my tags. Okay, so tags.find a. Okay, and then I want to iterate. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like type, because this gives me a lot of stuff. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy my py web scraper.py, because by god, this looks garbage. Oh, my bad. There. Okay, let's see, and I want to get this a bit bigger. So the type is a list. It is a list, therefore I should be able to iterate over my clean tags. Okay. So rather than printing this stuff, I'm gonna go with something like for every title in clean underscore titles, I want to go ahead and print my title, followed by a print statement, an empty print statement. And then we're gonna go ahead and run this again. Okay, so this works. Okay, look, it works, but it gives me the entire damn thing. Title at index of title. This should only give me my title now. There we go. We only get our title now. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna go back to Claude Control A. I'm gonna delete everything from here. I'm gonna go ahead and well, copy this whole thing. Go here, paste it, go down, go back, Control A, Control C, go back to Claude, and then let's paste this here and send it. Okay, let's see. All 20 titles full and untruncated. That's genuinely correct, Outward, but look very closely at your own code. There is a subtle bug hiding inside a working result. And I want you to catch it, not just accept that printout looks right. Look at this line, titles.append, tag.find a. Question. What are you actually appending into clean titles? Here are the titles. String like a light in the attic or something else. Go back to find what it returns, a type. Is it a string or is it a tag object? And here's the follow-up that matters. Compare this to your clean underscore prices list, that one that appeared to the actual clean float value directly into the list. Did you do something here? Is clean underscore titles actually looking clean titles, or is it just holding something you still need to unwrap later? I don't think that there is a string object, is there? I mean, not object, a string function. Okay, probably it is. Then. Hold up, I'm gonna copy my py.webscraper.py again. And then we're gonna just try running it real quick. Title at index of title. Type error. String indices must be integers, not strings. I knew it, this won't work. Okay, so rather than that, I'm gonna go ahead and print the type for this. There we oh my gosh, are you kidding me? There we go. Let's hit Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna paste this here again, and let's go. String, 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 string. They're all strings. I mean, they are all strings. They are all strings. Therefore, I believe that they are cleaned up as well. Let's slow down and check that against the actual code, not the output, because the output can look clean even if it isn't stored. Look at exactly what you type: clean underscore titles.append tag.find a. Tag.find a is the string a light in the attic, or is it the whole a tag object? It is the whole a tag object. Here's the test. Right after this loop, you need to write a second loop to just get the actual text. I did that though. I literally did that stuff here with the... I'm gonna paste it and then say I literally did that. And I also sent it to you in the last output and code message. And guys, that's our time. That's our time. Moving back to Wuthering Waves. Oh, please tell me that my stream... Hold up, let me listen to my stream real quick. Tell me that my voice didn't sound robotic. Hold on. And guys, that's our time. That's our time. Moving back to Wuthering Waves. Oh, please tell me that... Okay, Dan, I'm so glad. Okay, that said, you want to give it a try? Let's go to Hollow Farmer. Oh, really? That's courageous of you, just like a lion. Good luck with universe. Wait, I just went with the hardest one. What the hell? Does that mean something? Step onto the platform.
Let's take it slow.
Let's take it slow. Whoa. Oh, oh, oh. Shift to trigger a backflip. What? Challenge concluded. Lion soaked. Only a minor slip. Do you want to challenge again? One more time. Is there any tricks or something? Take a short break. Jump and press shift. Wait, I press caps lock. Oh! Challenge concluded. Lion soaked. Only a minor slip. What? Is there any tricks or something? A successful backflip depends on the right jumping position and timing. Jump forward, not vertically, to reserve enough backspace. Oh, I see. If you feel the space is limited, you might as well just use the diagonal to get longer backspace. If you feel not skilled enough yet, you can practice more before you challenge it, okay? A minor slip. Sure. We got it, we got it. Let's go with Rebecca. Let me show you how the pro does. Oh, oh. So shift and oh no, no. Which game is Wuthering Waves? One more time, let's get it. This is the easiest thing to do. If I mess this up this time, I'd rather just quit. It runs so freaking fast. I got a whole crowd watching, so we're gonna go with something like shh. So, ooh, we gotta jump shift. No. Okay, one more time. It said what to do. I gotta read it carefully. Okay, so press left shift in the air. How do you do this stuff? A successful backflip depends on the right timing when you jump. Jump forward, not vertically, to reserve enough space. Oh, if you feel the space is limited, you might just... Okay. One more time, one more time. Okay, so I'm gonna go with F and forward, and then we click shift. So jump, shift. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, I'll give up. Wasting way too much time with that stuff. I need to go up there. Hey, is that gonna help me? Oh. Are you serious? My keyboard is too away from me. There we go. Alright, let's go there. Girl. There we go. Okay. Wait, am I actually getting closer? Oh, I am getting closer. Not bad. Okay, did that get me further away? Yep, it did. No, 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 no. There we go. Okay, where's the next one that I gotta go to? Did it take some time to spawn? I need to get even higher? How the hell am I gonna get even higher? I don't want to go with that one, but if I do go with that one, that's great. Okay, that just got me away from it. Okay, let's just run up there. Okay, let me go here. Yeah, get me up. Okay, I'm gonna recover some stamina real quick. Alright, so once we're done with that, I'm like 130 meters away. If I climb up this wall, then I'll probably make it.
Woohoo!
Get on. Hold on. Ugh.
What?
Alright, I guess we're just gonna go ahead and run. I'm just gonna wait for my stamina to recover a bit. There we go. Okay, I guess now we're making some real progress. No. Yeah, all my progress gone to the drain. I need to make sure there's like a curve coming up. Wish I could be in first person here.
What?
Nope. I don't got any rush. I don't wanna jump. No, I didn't make it. Okay, how do I make it that high? I have some resting place here. If I go from there, I'll be capped up. This is the only place that I can actually go from. Come on, let's go. Yeah, it's impossible to go from there. Maybe like from in here. Is there any place? No? It tells me that I'm expected to go higher. Should I just climb this wood or this stone? This mountain, more like.
Come on, need to
Or
hit
this
something.
boulder.
What?
Well, I'm gonna recover a little before I go again. I did not recover like 100%, but I still did. Hey, jumping does help. Oh, okay, so this was the way. I need to make sure I'm not gonna fall down like a dead end or something.
What?
Ooh, that was close. There we go. I guess we made it. Finally. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep running towards it. There we go. This is the city hall. Let's click F to open the door. Oh wow, this is a new place. Hey, at least I had to spend the 15 minutes reading a story or like listening to a short story. Optional, get more info or continue forward. I'm gonna continue forward. Was that a bird? Nope, it's a human. This game got 99% cutscenes.
Madame Sanhua, I do believe
95.
it's been 2 whole hours. Will you be taking me to see the magistrate or not?
As I have already stated, the magistrate is not presently at City Hall, so that won't be possible.
I can't lie, I kinda like the cutscenes too.
Very well then. Tell me where she is, and I'll go find her myself.
I'm afraid I cannot grant your request.
Feel bad for the worker here.
It's been a while, Sanhua.
Rover, you've returned.
And who might you be?
Can you take me to Jinshi?
Hold on. I hope you don't mind waiting your turn. Not to mention this concerns my younger sister.
I'm sorry, but I'm also here for someone important to me.
I need to know what trouble Yang Yang got herself into.
Wait. Are you?
Yang Lang's sister?
Please, forgive Sanhua. I truly did not share my whereabouts with her.
I want to get this. I don't want this to be in the way. I'm just gonna leave it somewhere down here. Jinshi, are you hurt?
It's nothing. Just some scratches. Compared to what I've gained from this trip, this is merely a small jest from that one. My deepest apologies for not welcoming you properly, Miss Soy Soy. And apologies that your first visit to Jinzhou is under such circumstances.
This is the longest cutscene I've seen in a game. Maybe not. So tempted to skip.
Well, since Miss Sanhua was telling the truth, I suppose I should apologize for my earlier rudeness. I came all the way to Jinzhou to see my sister, only to be told she's gone missing. I hope you can understand how that feels.
I do. And I understand the urgency of the matter. Now that Rover is here, I'll brief you both directly. Recently, multiple people have gone missing across Jinzhou. All leads point to Shuangfeng. Yang Yang and Chixia were tasked to investigate Shuangfeng Hold together. Chixia returned gravely wounded. And we've heard nothing from Yang Yang. The moment I learned of this, I dispatched messengers via alternate routes to the Mengzhou City Hall. But they have yet to report back. I also tried sending elite Midnight Rangers to scout Shuangfeng Hold once more. But their gates are sealed shut. No one knows what is happening inside those walls.
Shuangfeng Hold, of all places.
But you must have a way in.
Yes. Magistrate I may be, but I am also Resonator to Sentinel Jue. Shuangfeng Hold's creator is none other than Mengzhou's Moonfuck Sentinel, Qing. As Mengzhou and Jinzhou share borders, the two Sentinels laid down certain rules, one of which concerns an agreement regarding Shuangfeng Hold. Should an emergency arise in Shuangfeng Hold, the resonators of each Sentinel may go to a designated location and retrieve the token they left. Regarding the specifics of that retrieval, it's not important. The act is done, and what I ultimately obtained, put simply, is a spare key.
I can tell the journey was not an easy one.
It is, after all, something that can only be invoked in an emergency. However, what constitutes as an emergency is for me to decide. Rover, given your deep connection with Jue, you should be able to use any of its artifacts freely as well.
Alright, that's time. Let's get back up here and grab our timer out there, get it up to the right. Okay, I forgot, where was I? I heard the frustration. There was no frustration here, by the way. But slow down for a second because you just sent me the same code again without actually answering the question I asked. Let's separate what I'm asking from what you're resending. I'm not asking you to rerun anything. I'm asking you to look at one line and tell me what type of thing it stores. Clean_titles.append tag.find a. Direct question needs a direct answer. Is clean_titles after this loop runs a list of strings like a light in the attic or a list of tag objects? The whole a yada yada. I believe that it is the whole tag object. Oh wait, actually, no, mine. It is the whole tag object. There we go, and then let's go ahead and send it. Right, and that's the actual bug. Even though the printed output looks perfectly clean, clean_titles is secretly a list of raw a tag objects, not clean string, not clean title string, which is exactly why you needed that clunky second loop with title at index of title, not just to display them. Compare that to clean_prices. Hold on, let me just mute my desktop audio. Can be taking a lot of risks here. Compare that to clean_prices, which holds the actual usable floats directly, not unwrapping needed. No unwrapping needed later. This matters a lot going forward. Eventually, you'll want to build a pandas data frame with clean_columns, clean_titles. It needs to already be sitting by then. Not raw tag objects still needing at index of title pulled out task. Fix the loop first so it appends the actual clean string tag dot find a at index of title directly into clean instead of appending the raw tag. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. So, basically, what I did actually sort of mess up was that I had to add an index of titles here. Now, this won't give me raw tags. Rather than that, I mean, as opposed to that, is going to give me the actual tags, which is appended inside of this. Which means I will not need to actually have my tag specifications there. I just need this. And then I can run my Python file. So I'm going to go with something like py python web_scraper underscore .dpy extension. There we go. Okay, perfect. This should apparently give me names of every single file, which is now the cleaned up file. Perfect. I'm gonna copy that, grab Cloud here, and then let's go ahead and paste it. I see. What you meant now. Okay, there we go, and then let's send it. Okay, good, you fixed the append line correctly changed, but look closely what you still have in the second loop. That clean_titles already holds clean strings directly. You still need a loop to print them. Do you still need a loop to print them one at a time? Or same as print clean? Okay, I could do that stuff, but it's the same thing, to be honest. Shows the whole list cleanly. Delete the leftover print loop, replace it with a single print statement. I mean, you see how I kind of organized it in its own line, everything? This is just gonna get rid of that. But that's fine. Let's go with something like clean_titles. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, and then we're gonna go ahead and copy our Python file executing command and then paste it. Oh ho ho! Isn't this a chaotic mess here? We got all our titles here. And then we got our length. Then we got all our prices here, and then we got our cleaned up prices here. Perfect. Let's paste it. Okay. Good, that's clean now. Run it and send me the actual... Are you kidding me? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and send Claude the output real quick. It's not really as big, to be honest. I mean, as long. There we go. Let's see, that's it, clean output. You just did something real around this stuff. 2 fields down, price and titles both clean. Given that pattern, you've now built twice. Want to keep going to the writing field next. Remember, you only have 3 class text so far, not a real usable number like 3, or is it good to stop today? Nah, I can continue. I can continue. However, I did not understand what is it that you meant. Okay, and then let's just go ahead and send it. Okay, fair, let's slow down and be concrete and stuff abstract. Since silent bug was vague, here's exactly what I meant. Your first version of the title loop is a bug. No. Okay, what you meant by this? Right, let me clarify this. Back in session 1 last time, you found this raw HTML, so p class star 3. Oh, this is star rating. You correctly reasoned out that 3 in the class name, star-rating 3 is the actual rating, 3 stars. While 5 little star icons inside that tag was just decorative visual display, not real data. But here's the thing. You never actually extracted that 3 value into your code. You reasoned about it conceptually last session, looking at the raw HTML by eye, but there's no line in your web_scraper.py right now that pulls 3 out and stores it anywhere the way you now have clean_prices and clean_titles built. I see. And even if you did extract it right now, you'd get the literal word 3 as a string, not a number 3. For it to be usable, storable, comparable, storing in a numeric database column, you'd eventually need 3 as an actual integer, similar to 51 to 51. So my question was simple. Do you want to tackle that field next, extracting the rating class and converting the word to a number? That sounds interesting. We can work on it today. Okay, however, I was just curious. As to knowing that is it even possible to convert a word, let's go with something like a word, to a number question mark? Because since converting string to int is easy, but I have never heard of someone converting a word to a number or integer. Okay, then let's just go ahead and send it real quick. Great question to stop on, and you're not right to be suspicious because you're correctly sensing that int 3 will not work. Same category will not work. Same category of failures as float, yada yada earlier. Here's the key distinction. Integer and float only understand digit characters. 3-digit converts fine, but 3 in English word is just letters to Python. There is no built-in magic that reads English words as numbers. So how do people actually solve this? Not through any single conversion function, through manual mapping. You, the programmer, build a lookup that says when you see the word 3, treat it as number 3. Okay, that's what I actually thought when I was really asking that question. unless we don't manually do it, it's almost impossible. Because that the 5 possible ratings. Oh, so we manually set that stuff. Only ever used these 5 things. 2 common tools for this kind of manual work is a dictionary word to number or a chain of if/else if statements. I may go with the dictionary. Question before we build it: have you worked with Python dictionaries before? The key value structure. I have worked with it a lot. Okay, anything related to Python, I have worked with it. I only did not work with the new contents that we really work with, for example, pandas, polars, SQL alchemy, and all those things. Good, then we can move fast here. No need to reteach dictionary basics. Here's the task, broken into the 2 pieces you already know how to do separately. Extraction, then lookup. Step 1. One thing at a time, go back to soup and extract the class attribute of star rating tag, not the .text. Remember, these stars themselves are just decorative icons. No real text content but the actual class itself, which will include star rating and the word like 3 together. Question before you write code: do you remember from last session what the actual HTML tag and class name was that held the star rating? You found it yourself via view source, same session as price_color. Okay, I do know it. I'm gonna go with something like class. Let's go with rating. All right, we got 20 ratings, so we have a rating 3 here. The class is star_rating. Star-rating. Okay, what was the tag? The tag is P. Well, we got multiple tags here. Let me paste this real quick. The let's say something like the tag is a P. However, I see I as well. Why do I see I as well? Good, you correctly separated the 2 tags. P class equals to star rating is the outer container with the real data. The 5 I class icon tags inside are little star icons, decorative only, no rating data, yada yada, blah blah blah. So the tag we care about is P, okay? Same tag as P. Question: using .find, how would you write the line to grab one of those star-rating tags from soup? Same pattern as soup.find, P class underscore equals to price_color. Just swap the right class name. Isn't that the answer? How is that a question? One catch to think about first: the class attribute here is actually star-rating 3, 2 words separated by a space, not one clean class like price_color. Given that, do you think the whole word would work as a search target, or do you think you'd need to search using one of the 2 words? Reason about it. I believe that I would need to use the .split method to split at a space. Okay, and then I'm gonna send it. Good instinct, but that's actually a step for later, after you've already found the tag where you want to pull 3 back out of the class list. Right now, we're still at an earlier step, finding the tag in the first place using .find. Let's slow down on the specific point. When an HTML element has 2 classes like class equals to star-rating, that means the element belongs to both classes at once, star_rating and 3. Wait, are these 2 classes? Not one combined, okay. Question: given that if you wanted to find this tag using .find P class, do you think you'd search using the whole word star-rating 3 or just one of the 2, say star-rating alone? since that is a part of the same on every single book. Only the second word changes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one would I choose? I think that we should add only star hyphen rating. Because we will be changing the word 3 to 3, the digit 3. Exactly right reasoning. Star hyphen rating is the stable class, the same on every book, while the second word, 1 through 5, is the variable part that changes per book. You search on the table part, then extract the variable part afterwards. That's correct approach and good instinct. Connecting it forward to the conversion step 2 task, write the line to find 1 star hyphen rating tag using soup.find. Then separately figure out how to get its full class list, not just .text, since there's no real text content in that tag, just icons. There is no text. Here's a hint on the syntax. Since this is new, a tag objects is class. Come back as a list when you access tag at index of class. Square brackets, just like you did for title earlier. So it'll look like class. It'll look like a star hyphen rating 3, not 1 string. Write both lines, then run them. Send me your code. Okay. Separately figure out how to get full class list. My entire classes list. So to begin with, I'm gonna go with something like ratings is going to be equal to my soup.find. I want to find P. There, I'm gonna find, let's say, something like my class name, which is gonna be called something like star hyphen rating. Or was it star ratings? Star rating, okay. And then once we're done with the star rating, I'm gonna go with something like I need to print my star rating. This is gonna in turn give me a list. So I can go with something like print ratings. And then I'm gonna hit Control S. I'm gonna remove all of them for the time being. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Control S to save the code. Let's copy my py web_scraper.py and then paste this here. Okay, so I do find that stuff. However, I need to get this for everything. So I'm gonna go with something like ratings equals to find underscore all, and this is going to be all ratings. All underscore ratings. And then we're gonna go with something like clean underscore ratings. Okay, I'm gonna go with something like that is gonna be equal to an empty list. And then we're gonna go with something like for every rating in all underscore ratings. I want to go ahead and go with something like clean underscore ratings dot append. I want to go ahead and let's say append my rating. There we go. Okay, once I'm done appending my rating, what else should I do? Let's think. For tag in all underscore tags, clean tag, okay, and then for ratings, so I create all ratings, I create 1 rating, I do that stuff, I do this stuff. Let's try to run this real quick. I'm gonna try to run this real quick. Oh, wait, my bad. There was no print statement here. My bad. Print clean underscore ratings. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and let's say paste it, and then I'm going to send it. Oh my gosh, there's a rating for every damn thing here. Unlike ratings, there is no specific rating. How much do you wipe code versus manually doing it? I would say I hardly wipe code at all. The reason I do use AIs is to learn on how to code because, let's be honest, without really knowing the syntaxes, it's going to be impossible to code. That said, okay, so we get 2 classes. Hint on syntax, since this is new, a tag objects this class come back as a list when you access tag at index of class. Tag objects as classes come back as a list. Square brackets, just like you do it for titles earlier. So it'll look like star hyphen rating 3, not 1 string. Write both lines, not 1 string. Okay, I did not specify my class. So I'm gonna go with something like class with an underscore equals to. The reason we had underscore because class is an actual keyword. I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna probably go ahead and paste this again. Okay, it does give me the same exact output with all the nonsense chatter back there. I do not get clean code. Let me go ahead and copy that, paste it here, and say, I do not get clean code. Okay, and then I guess let's go ahead and send it. Good that you're already pattern matching the loop structure from the previous 2. That instinct is right, but let's slow down and check what's actually happening in your loop before running further. Look at this line, clean underscore ratings.append rating. Question, what is rating here? Is it the class list, star hyphen rating 3 already? Or is it still the whole tag object, p class equal to star rating? It's the whole tag object. Go back to what if for loop over find underscore all result actually gives you each time. It is a whole tag object. Correct rating on each pass through the loop is the full tag object icons included, not the class list you actually want. Question, you already know how to pull the class attribute of a single tag using square bracket syntax. You just reasoned this out for title earlier in this session, and I gave you the syntax for class a moment ago. Given that what you should actually be appending inside the loop instead of raw rating object, what expression would give you just its class list? What expression would give you just its class list? I don't know. I don't know, because unlike titles, we do not have something specific that I can use to do so. For example, I don't see anything that would let me use it in order to reference a value. Okay, and then I'm gonna add a period ending with a semicolon. I'll just send it. Okikut is actually a fair place to get stuck because titles and ratings look similar on the surface, but the actual pattern is slightly different and is worth naming why. And our time's almost up, to be honest. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's move back to Wuthering Waves.
There is no time to waste. We should go. Forgive me, Miss Soy Soy. I beg your patience just a little longer. The land of Shuangfeng falls under Mengzhou's jurisdiction. Shuangfeng Hold itself is a military stronghold. Generally speaking, as a neighboring state, we are not permitted to interfere in its affairs without due cause.
Okay.
While I cannot dispatch any personnel, as Jue's resonator, I may enter on a personal basis.
You need to stay in Jinzhou, Jinxi? Oatrax might make a return. Jinhou can't be without you.
But
Trust me.
He's right. If this involves more factions than we think, Jinzhou will need its magistrate at the helm. Besides, you didn't think I'd just sit here and do nothing, did you?
very well then. Rover, Miss Soy Soy. As magistrate, I give you my word. I will bear all responsibility for your actions in Shuangfeng Hold.
Interesting.
Please, bring Yang Yang. Bring the people of Jinzhou home safely.
Alright. Okay, so
Rover.
apparently...
Cheshire is currently recovering at Huashu Academy. Do pay her a visit before you depart. If you wish to learn more about Shuangfeng Hold, you may also speak with Principal Investigator Xiang Li and Baizhi there. As for you, Miss Soy Soy...
Might I have a moment of your time? There's a matter I'd like to discuss with you, Madam Magistrate.
As you wish. I'll answer as best I can.
I will meet you at Huashu Academy shortly.
We're counting on you, Rover.
Am I dismissed? Thank goodness, I thought that's gonna stay forever. New trophy, what night is it? Okay, head to Huaxu Academy and check on Shiseiya. Guys, I'm getting so bored out of all these short stories here. I want some action. I watch people having action in Wuthering Waves. Well, not really, but you know. Maybe I may just move on to a different game, but I don't know what game. Like, are you? I got all the time in the world. That's how Clove says it from Valorant. But what the hell? Why do I need to go so far? Hey, at least I can fly. I hope I make it. Yeah, I'll definitely make it. It's just a matter of time. I want to test my freaking skills out. Maybe even like get a new character. I've been using like old characters for like so long. I mean the same characters for like so long. What's that? I wonder if I should play Roblox on stream.
How did it go? Anyone hurt? Let me check on you. Phew, you're still in one piece.
Of course I am, you're overreacting.
Okay. Anything new about the tokens?
You tell Shiseiya of your finding in the
So
Desert
those
Rock.
Fraxidus goons are here in Jinzhou now? Things are more serious than I thought.
I wonder what they're up
Beats
to.
me. I've only ran into some bozos before. Those wackos are hell-bent on making their own resonators. Said there's no right or wrong when it comes to resonance powers, and everyone should have the right to them.
Alright, time's up, time's up. Let's get back to work. 2-1 and there. Okay, I said unlike that thing. For example, I don't see anything that would let me use in order to reference a value. Good, that's actually a fair place to get stuck because titles and ratings look similar on the surface, but the access pattern is slightly different, and it's worth naming why. With titles, you did two hops. Find the H3, then find the A inside it. Then pull title of that. 2 tags involved. With ratings, there's only one tag, the P class equal to star-rating 3 itself. You're not looking for something inside it. You already have the exact tag you need sitting in the loop variable rating. Interesting, wait. With ratings, there's only one tag, the P class star-rating 3. That does look like a tag, to be honest. Okay, you're not looking for something inside it. You already have the exact tag you need sitting in the loop. Okay, I had an H3, then find HA, then pull this thing. The class attribute you want is on the very tag, not nested deeper. So, it's actually simpler than titles, not harder. You don't need to find anything else first. You just need to pull the attribute directly of rating itself. The same bracket syntax as tag at index of title, just swapping in a different attribute name. Question, given that title was accessed as tag at index of title, and I told you a few messages ago that class comes back via tag at index of class, why do you think rating at index of class would give you directly with no extra .find needed? Because the class, nah, I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Guys, and my GPU temperature is at 58 degrees Celsius. Is that even like normal? I think it should be normal, right? Okay, let's not guess in the abstract. Let's just try it and look at the real output, since that'll teach you faster than more talking. Task, in your loop, temporarily just print rating at index of class for one rating or all of them. Don't worry about appending anything yet. Just look at what comes back. For rating, in all underscore ratings, print rating at index of class. Just run this and send me the actual printed output. Alright, I'm gonna grab my Visual Studio out here. And instead of having this, we're gonna go ahead and paste this. I'm gonna remove that. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code and copy my py web underscore scraper.py, and then run my Python file. Wow. Get a list, a bunch of lists with just my ratings. Class rating at index of, okay, so we find soup. I give class star rating clean, okay, yada yada. I'm gonna grab Claude out here and then paste it and say, oh wow. How did that happen? Okay, and then I guess I'm gonna go ahead and drink some water. Okay, now you can see it directly. Instead of guessing, rating at index of class gives you back a list of 2 strings every time. Star-rating 3. Because remember, the HTML element genuinely has 2 classes at once. Class, star-rating, and 3 in the raw HTML space separated. Beautiful soup automatically spills multi-class attributes into Python list for you. That's just how it represents any tag with more than one class. So how did that happen? It's not magic. It's because Beautiful Soup's standard behavior. Any class equals to XY attribute always comes back as X, as a list of X and Y. A real list, not a single string. You just hadn't seen that behavior yet because price_color and title only ever had one value each. Now, you have a list of star-rating and a list of star-rating and 3. You only want the second item 3, the actual rating word, not the constant star-rating label. Question: given that this is a plain Python list and you already know list basics, how would you access just the second item, index 1, since Python is from 0 index? Out of the 3, I would need to access the index 1. However, I am still wondering how did the class work? Because and what, let's go with some, hold on guys, oh god. And what would happen if I used class instead of title for the previous thing that we worked on? Or does the class only, let's say, or does the class only work when we are dealing with multi-class problems or situations? There we go, question mark. And then let's see. Great question to chase down. Let's actually clear this up properly instead of leaving it fuzzy, since it'll save you confusion later. Class isn't special to multi-class situations. It works anytime an element has a class attribute at all. Single or multiple, the rule is class is always returned as a list, even if there is only one class name in it. Okay, that makes so much sense. If you run something at index of class on the price_color with a p tag, which only has one class, you'd get back a list of price_color, still a list, just with one item in it, not the bare string price, okay? This is actually a Beautiful Soup specific quirk. Class is the one HTML attribute that always comes back as a list because HTML itself allows any element to have multiple space separated class. So Beautiful Soup always prepares for that possibility even when there's only one. Other attributes like title or href are not treated this way. Those come back as a single plain string because HTML does not allow multiple title values or multiple href values on the elements the way it does with classes. That's why tag at index of title gave you a light in the attic directly. No list involved, no indexing needed. So to directly answer your question, you could not have swapped class in for title on the earlier task because they behave differently. Class always returns a list, needs indexing to get a specific piece, while title and most other attributes return a plain string used directly. Does that distinction make sense? Class is the outlier that's always a list. Everything else usually is not. Hey, you know what? I see. Okay, and then I'm gonna drink some more water, I guess. Good, sounds like that landed. Let's get back to the building since you already answered that actual coding question a couple of messages ago. I mean, how do you guys... I want to make sure that you guys... Let me know if I sound like a robot when I'm talking here. Let me check it real quick. Hold on. A couple of messages ago. Alright, I think it's nice. Okay, so task, fix your loop. So instead of appending the whole rating tag object, it appends just the second item of the class list, rating, class at index of 1, into clean underscore ratings. That'll give you the raw word 3, 1, okay, yada yada. Okay, that's easy. There we go. Okay, so we have clean ratings. So instead of just printing this stuff, I'm gonna go with something like clean underscore ratings dot append. I want to append my rating at index of class at index of 1. And then I'm gonna go ahead and print, let's say something like my clean underscore ratings. Okay, and then we're gonna hit Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy my py underscore web underscore py web underscore scraper.py just to run my Python file. 311 yada yada blah blah blah. Okay, and now that does the trick, but I want to go ahead and add a dictionary, which is gonna be converting it to words. Okay, so I'm gonna go with something like word underscore to underscore num underscore dick. There we go, which is going to be equal to a dictionary where I'm going to be adding a bunch of values. So I'm going to say something like 1 is going to be represented by the value of 1, while 2 is going to be, lowercase 1, lowercase 2 is going to be represented by the value of 2. The string of 3 is going to be represented by the value of 3. The string of 4 is going to be represented by the value of 4. String of 5 is going to be represented by the value of 5. Once I am done with this, I'm going to go ahead and copy that and then delete that stuff. Now, word to num underscore dick. I want to display stuff, so this is clean rating. Okay, I want to go to I'm gonna go with something like a lower. Hold on. I'm trying to go with something like words. I wanna kind of add a check here, which kind of filters it's true. I have words appended to my clean underscore rating. Should I use another for loop? So I could go with something like for every rating. RTING for every rating in my clean underscore rating. There we go, for every rating in my clean underscore ratings. I want to go ahead dot lower. I want to go ahead and do something. I am going to go ahead and check something. We're gonna check if my if rating in word underscore to underscore num underscore dick, if my rating is here, then I'm gonna go ahead and do something. I want to go ahead and print my word underscore 2 underscore num mum underscore dick at index of, let's say, rating. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead. Alright, then I'm gonna hit Control S to save the code. Now let's just go ahead and run this again. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna paste it here, and then let's send it. Attribute error. List object has no attribute lower. Alright. Yeah, I know this is not gonna work if I send it, but it's fine. There is no print statement. Clean underscore ratings if this thing is in. If for rating and rating, if rating dot lower. Okay, now if I were to paste this. Name error, name. Word to dick is not defined. Ah, of course. That is why I usually like to paste this stuff. And then we're gonna copy this again, and then let's paste it. Key errors 3, THREE. Line 38, key error 3, THREE. You know what? Screw it. We can always filter it later if I know it works. I'm gonna go with 4, and then I'm gonna go with 5. And then I'm gonna remove my lower from here. Control S. Paste. Enter. 314 yada yada. Okay. And the lower. I want a lowercase mine. It's fine. What if I want it to be case sensitive? Let me say this thing, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let's say paste my output. Let me paste it and say something like, Sensei, it works. However, it is not case sensitive. Well, hold up, you just did something genuinely impressive. You built the extraction loop correctly and independently jumped ahead to build the word to number dictionary mapping and wired it into a lookup loop without me asking you to do it. Yes, that's a real initiative, not just following instructions. Good work. But your closing comment, it is not case sensitive. I want to make sure I understand what you mean because it changes. Okay, question, what specifically are you flagging? Like, if I use dot lower method, then even if the rating is something like 3 or 3 or 3, it would still work. However, for now, it must always be 3. Okay, if that made any sense. Good catch to raise and good instinct, but let's actually check something first before deciding you need dot lower at all. Is this even a real risk for specific sites or a hypothetical one worth guarding against generally? Question on books.toscrape.com. Is the rating class name ever going to actually vary in casing? Sometimes 3, sometimes 3, sometimes 3, or is it just fixed developer controlled class names that the site will consistently generate the exact same way every single time? Because it is not user typed, it is baked into the site's own template code. Think about the difference between data and user types. Inconsistent casing is a real risk. Example, someone typing their own name. Data that a website's template automatically generates is same way every time. Okay, which category does... Okay. it falls into the second one. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Exactly right, that class name isn't just user input, is baked into the simple template generated by the same way every single time the page renders. There's no realistic scenario where books.toscrape.com suddenly starts outputting 3 one day and 3 the next. So dot lower here would be defensive code protecting against a risk that does not actually exist for this data source. Added complexity with no real payoff. This is actually an important engineering instinct to build early. Not every what if needs to be guarded against. Good defense code targets real risks like encoding bug you hit, which was real and did happen, guarding against a chasing change, and that can't happen here would just be extra code that makes things harder to read for zero actual benefit. So no, dot lower needed here. Your dictionary lookup as is correct and sufficient. Now, same as prices and tags, you got the conversion work in a loop. You haven't built the final clean list yet, okay? Task replace that print loop with one appends, okay? So instead of printing my stuff here, I'm just gonna go ahead and append this. Okay, and then let's just go with this is clean underscore ratings. I mean, yeah, ignore my variable naming conventions. They're absolutely garbage. Final clean ratings dot append. I want to go ahead and append this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and print my final clean rating. Control S to save the code, and then I'm gonna go ahead and copy my web scraper. Then we're gonna go down, paste it, and then hit enter. There we go. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna paste this. I'm gonna go with Shift Enter. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go with Control A, Control C. I'm gonna go back here, and then I'm gonna paste it. There we go. Perfect. 3114 blah blah blah. You independently built 2-step pipeline here. Extracted the whole word. Quick gut check before we go further. How are you feeling, Sharper? Starting to feel that day 69, 70, 71 fatigue creeping in. Be honest, since you've built real muscle, recognizing it early. I believe that I feel like using a Pomo turbo timer does help with my tiredness. However, how many, let's go with something like, how many more topics are remaining for project 1? Okay, let's see, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and send it. Okay, good. The Pomodoro timer's helping. That solid structural fix worth keeping. Here's honestly where you stand on project 1. Done this session. Last fetch, farce, locate, precise, rating clean. Remaining, combine all 3 lists into one Pandhouse's data frame. Okay, 1 row per book, 3 columns, title, price, rating, reuse Panda skills you already have from phase 1. This is going to be kind of fun. Okay, Paganition. Right now you're only scraping page 1, 20 books. The site has multiple pages. Oh, you'll need to loop across them to get the full catalog, which means wrapping most of what you've built today into a repeatable pattern across URLs. Store into PostgreSQL via SQL Alchemy. Final step, reusing that stuff. Okay. So step 3 topics, counting stuff. Okay, you know what? Let me say I'll probably work with that stuff tomorrow. I got like 56 more seconds in my timer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure everything is saved here. And I will be playing Wuthering Waves for the next 5 minutes, so I think that should be pretty much it. Let me say something like, in that case, I will most likely work on the rest next stream. Okay, and then there's like 19 seconds. I don't know if I really need to. Right, I
Use
guess.
mechanical manipulation to
I'll make sure that you guys can hear this gameplay screen, and I'm not gonna be playing it up. I'm just wasting time for the next 4 seconds. Okay, let's see. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go. They use mechanical manipulations to integrate parts of tacit discards into human bodies.
seeking power with such gruesome acts. I cannot bring myself to understand them.
That Scar guy you mentioned sounds like he's on a whole other level. How did the fight go?
It seems he didn't intend to kill us. I would even say he was pulling his punches. I don't know what he wants from us. But Madam Magistrate may have intended to hint something by letting us run into him.
I still can't wrap my head around what happened in that village. I went over the files. That case is ancient. It was dealt with and archived way before our current magistrate took office.
What happened to the village in the end?
Don't worry. The crooks were brought to justice and most of the villagers were relocated to new settlements. But I didn't find anything in the files about that little girl you mentioned.
So Scar really did take her away.
And it seems he did not hurt her. Maybe the Fraxidius had plans to use her for something. Huh.
If only we could capture him.
Who's Scar?
I'm so lost. Why did Madam Magistrate point you to Chi-Chi Village anyway? What did she want to tell you with that?
And that Scar went there to tamper with the site and mislead you with fake clues.
Or maybe it's the other way around.
You mean? The Fraxidus was planning to tell you something about what had happened in that village. Then our magistrate intercepted by leading you there before they could?
Alright, 3 choices. Scar wanted to preach his ideas to me. I suppose she just made use of the occasion. She knew what was going to happen. I think it was this.
Madam Magistrate knew they were going to lure you to the village. And she knew they weren't planning to kill you. Her token was a warning that the Fraxidus had their eyes on you.
Plus, even if the Scar really tried to kill us, we wouldn't be in real danger.
How so?
Jinzo's a way of hospitality, remember? In a game of Wake-You, when the black moves, white is sure to follow. I've never heard of that game in my life, but...
You mean she's got someone looking out for you?
thought he meant chess or something. You mean she's got someone looking out for
Or
you?
maybe she prepared other means of protection.
And vice versa, since the white has made her move.
I don't think I follow.
Nothing in particular.
The legendary figure who changed Jinzhou's history? A looming war with the resurrecting Threnodian, and the Fraxidus acting in the shadows. If all of these have something to do with your true identity, then who exactly are you?
I'm hoping Madam Magistrate has the answer. I'm your friend. The one who you know as Rover. Okay, these 2 options are kind of confusing. Which should I go with? First
Come
one.
to think of it, the sundial's the last token we need to work out.
Mr. Mortefi said it's an intricate puzzle box. Madam Magistrate might have hid her real message inside.
We learned about the time at the academy. We learned about the direction in the Kyuchi village. I'll go with the academy.
It's the 12th Shichen of the day, represented by the symbol Wei. Now we have the Shichen of Wei and Vermilion Bird. We should be able to solve the puzzle.
Alright, am I dismissed? Oh, I am not solving no puzzle. Thank you very
So
much.
Rover, you gonna try it now?
Sure, 44 seconds.
Symbols on the larger disc represent time, and we need to align the correct symbol with this pointer. It should be...
The Ascension of you, the Ascension of we.
It's not working. So we can rule out the Shichen of Yo now. The correct time we learned at the academy should be...
Decision of we. Alright, time's up. Plus, I will be ending the
It's
stream,
working.
so I'm gonna be completing this
now?
before I really move on. I'm gonna pause
Symbol?
this.
We have Tielong of the east, White Tiger of the west, Vermilion Bird of the south, and Black Tortoise of the north. According to the clues we've gathered, it should be...
The White Tiger of the West.
It's not working. I guess it's not...
I had a 50-50 chance and I messed up. Ow.
Wow, you really solved it.
So the last message from the magistrate has for me. This is the location of Jinzhou's grand library.
Wait, I don't think it's something we're allowed to see. Quick, Yang Yang! We should turn around.
Why should you? It's nothing you can see. We solved this together.
Come on, just go ahead and see what's written inside.
Alright, fine. I'm leaving after this is done though. Just letting you know. It's about the Grand Library.
I see. The Grand Libraries in Huanglong are renowned for their vast databases, holding valuable information about the regions they represent. Their exact locations are kept confidential, but it is believed they hold answers to all questions one could ask. The Grand Libraries are vital for Huanglong's data security, managed by the regional sentinels, accessible only to the magistrates. They're rarely open to the public.
Kinda like a big piggy bank inside the city hall, data-wise.
Yes, you will find the most comprehensive and accurate information there. Rover, if you need to visit the Grand Library in Jinzhou to find out who you are, I think it suggests two things. First, there is a strong link between your past and Jinzhou's history. Second, you must be a really significant person.
So you're super important to Jinzhou, maybe even all of Huanglong. Wow, I think we stumbled upon a real big shot when we didn't even know it.
Can I be
What's the
dismissed?
matter, Rover? Something wrong with the sundial?
These storylines are so massive. Is the city hall at the center of Jinzhou?
It is Jinzhou's political center, and it's also
Jinzhou.
located at the city center, if that's what you mean. The city hall was built when Jinzhou was established. It's a popular landmark for locals giving directions. Why do you ask, Rover?
Nothing in particular.
See? What did I say? Covert ops. Real confidential stuff going on. Come on, Yang Yang. It's just a one-on-one meeting with Madam Magistrate. What's the worst that could happen? Relax, relax.
Indeed, I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Hey, are you really trying to stress her out?
How bad.
I guess you're right. Still, please be careful. We'll be waiting for you.
Alright, that's it. I'm not going anywhere. Hualong Act 5. What's that? What was that? What did I get? What did I get? What did I get? What did I get? Library Grand Route. Okay, I'm not gonna use that right now. For the time being, I'm gonna go ahead and move on back to my OBS's main camera. There we go. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and exit this stuff. I went for longer than usual with the match here. Not the match, but Wuthering Waves out here. Okay, that's it already, guys. So, that was pretty much it for the stream. I wonder what happens if I change this to RGB now. Wait, I just turned it off. There we go. Does the RGB one look better than what it already looked like? That's it. That was pretty much it for the stream. If you guys did enjoy the stream, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe and notifications turn on. And if you guys really enjoy my content / channel / videos in general, you guys can go ahead and, let's say, share my channel as well, because like helps my algorithm sharing, make you smile, and subscribe like a cherry on top. That said, today I was done with half of the, I am half the way. I've done with half of the things that I really needed to in order to be done with my project 1 and work on my phase 2, which was math and machine learning. That said, next stream I will be continuing where I left this stream, and hopefully I'm going to be completing everything and all that stuff. That said, I just had multi-streaming on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, vertical and horizontal. Therefore, if you guys do enjoy my content and haven't followed me there, you guys can follow me there. And you guys can get access to any of my socials in general, for example, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Trovo, Quick, X, I don't know, any other platforms as well. You guys can get it through the link in the description, through my bio, or by typing exclamation in the name of the social on chat. If the social does exist, a link is gonna pop up within 3 to 4 seconds, and if the social does not exist, a link will not pop up. And yeah, the socials is name, when I say exclamation socials, it needs to be all lowercase, no space. That said, I did create 2 brand new channels, one called Viv Arcade and the other called Viv Works Out. Viv Arcade is specifically meant for my gaming content, and Viv Works Out is specifically meant for my workout content. Therefore, if you guys are interested in either one of those genres or categories and that you guys want to follow me there, you guys can get access to those 2 channels through my homepage. If you guys scroll all the way down, you guys will be seeing a featured channels section where I will be having both those channels featured. And also, if you guys do want to follow me in my AI Engineering for 365 Days series and that y'all want the roadmap that I am currently using for this series, you guys can get access to that roadmap through my Discord server. If you guys either go to the Coding Helps Us chat, Python chat, or the general chat, mention my name there at VivUniverse, asking me for the roadmap. I will DM it to you guys after the stream though. That said, you guys can get access to my Discord server through the link in the description, through my bio, or by typing exclamation Discord on chat, all lowercase, no space. That said, I'll catch you guys next live stream or video. Peace. Okay, I guess let's end the stream.